On-site versus off-site sanitation in peri-urban areas of Rajkot. As the population grows and new settlements emerge, the demand for efficient and sustainable sanitation infrastructure becomes critical. Rajkot, with its growing population, has made significant progress in centralized wastewater management in core areas. However, the peripheral regions may face very different reality. Untreated wastewater gets discharged into the nearby rivers and water bodies, leading to spread of waterborne diseases. To cater to this, the development plan has proposed expansion of the sewer network. Since Rajkot is already facing water shortages and 150 LPCD water supply is required in waterborne sewerage systems, I am going to focus on exploring on-site and off-site sanitation systems to evaluate the most viable solution for peri-urban areas. I began with data collection, analyzing existing reports and data. After identifying key problems, I conducted site visits for ground truthing. Then I identified clusters, after which I looked into case studies of similar issues and developed optional analysis model. In my analysis, I identified three distinct clusters. Cluster A consists of sparsely populated areas with residences spaced far apart, making sewer-based solutions challenging. Cluster B is densely populated with closely packed houses close to already existing network. Cluster C, including areas near industrial or agricultural land where waste management considerations may differ. For each cluster, I looked at case studies of similar areas to identify effective sanitation solutions and challenges. I evaluated each cluster using specific parameters: topography, water table, soil type, proximity to sewage treatment plants or STPs. And today I'll be detailing out only cluster A. The population is 15,379 with 100% household connected to latrine. It has a sloping topography with water table 15 meter below ground level. In this cluster, there are two scenarios: one where the houses are connected to the septic tank, and two where the houses with septic tank are connected to the sewer network. I have considered three main options for cluster 1: conventional sewer system, shallow bore sewers, and fecal sludge septage management, and two options for cluster 2, that is conventional sewer system and DWATs. Here I have compared the cost, environmental impact and operational needs of each scenario, providing insights into the most viable options for this cluster. I did a cost estimation for cluster A as a whole, and we can see that it would require significant infrastructure and would be costly due to spread out nature of the area. Looking into first alternative option for cluster 1, shallow bore sewers, here I have connected the septic tank to shallow bore sewers and proposed a FSTP for treatment. Shallow bore sewers offer a lower cost alternative, but they require regular maintenance. The second alternative option for cluster 1 is fecal sludge septage management. It is a feasible on-site solution, especially in low density areas. The entire system will cost very less to put in place. Moving on to cluster 2, where all the houses with septic tanks are connected to sewer network. Here I have connected the sewer network to existing Madhapar STP by proposing an additional module at the STP. The alternative option for cluster 2 is connecting the sewer network to a decentralized wastewater treatment. We can see a significant reduction in cost estimation DWAT. DWATs not only reduces the cost but also poses less threat to the environment. Comparing all the sanitation system proposed, the best feasible option is FSSM for cluster 1 and DWATs for cluster 2. To implement sanitation solution in cluster A, proposed partnership with the private sector with performance linked annuity model. This model outlines how costs would be shared among local government and potential private partners. The scheduled desludging contracts used a performance linked annuity model with the pay for results contract between the desludging company and local government. Payment was based on the number of septic tank desludged with an annual target specified in the contract, and the same for operations for FSTP. Similar model is proposed for DBOTs. The project would be completed in two phases, and the total capital cost for RMC is 4.3% of the total sanitation budget. Implementing this sanitation solution would bring substantial environmental and public health benefits. However, there are risks. By identifying these risks early, we can develop mitigation strategies. This graph shows the projected wastewater generated in MLD over time. Comparing three different sanitation systems, the conventional sewer network consistently generates the highest volume of wastewater. This suggests that decentralized system in FSSM and DWATs may be more sustainable option for peri-urban areas. By choosing the right approach for each areas, we can create positive outcomes for both environment and local communities. Thank you.